You've been doing kind of alternating between big iconic roles and sort of smaller movies. Which ones are you kind of preferring?
I like just doing different stuff all the time. I think if you do the same thing over and over again, I get bored, and also I don't feel like challenged by it because you already know you can do that, or you've already had that experience. So I just try and have new experiences.
Well, when you were preparing for this role, how early on did you see the graphic novel, or did you try to avoid it?
Yeah, James, the director, gave me the graphic novel when he offered me the role, and so I read it immediately, and it was such a great resource to have, like it's almost like a storyboard for the movie.
Do you agree with the kind of like shift of the time period to like more modern day?
Well, I think it's still pretty futuristic. It's just, a future that's not flying cars. It's a future that's probably not that far off from today.
This is kind of a big, sort of dramatic and intense movie. What was the atmosphere like on set? Did you have to kind of keep it light in between takes?
Exactly. When you do the intense stuff, I'm someone who I can't make it personal, or else while you're acting, obviously you're making it personal, but I can't like take it home with me, or else that just messes me up too much. So when you're doing the heavy stuff, it is sort of the jokiest days on set.
Right. What was probably the lightest moment on set? Like, what was the big? Were there any practical jokers or?
Not really practical jokers, but we definitely had a good time. I mean, all the camera crew were teaching me like nasty things to say in German and stuff because we shot in Berlin.
And you can drop. We don't have that many German readers, so you can drop a couple phrases on me.
No, I don't want to be rude.
I gotta ask the hair question. I know you're probably totally sick of it, but the first time after you had your head shaved and you went out in the rain, what did that feel like?
Oh, it feels really cool. I guess guys know that more. That is a super cool feeling. It's like going straight into you.
Yeah, it's kind of intense. So, coming up, what do you got coming?
I finished a film called Goya's Ghosts that Milos Forman directed that is coming out at the end of this year. And then I'm about to start a kids movie called Mr. Megorium's Wonder Emporium. It's a tongue twister.
That is a tongue twister. Okay, I'm gonna finish it up on a heavy note. When is terrorism necessary, or violence in general? When is it necessary?
Well, I think that's one of the questions this movie asks, and I don't know that I necessarily have answers, or that anyone does. I think that's the best kinds of questions don't really have answers. It has lots of answers, and your opinion changes all the time. And I mean, I always think for myself, like, what would make me be violent? And the only thing I can come up with is if someone was, threatening the lives of my family. And that can be extended so much, because then you're like, what if someone considers their whole religion their family, or their whole country their family? Or what if you're the president and your job is to protect your whole country? And what if the threat is a perceived threat, not a real threat? So There's all these questions that, this kind of movie makes you ask while being like a big action movie.